So let's have a look and let's discuss together reasons why Tadej Pogacar is 100% legitimately clean and all his performances are natural. So let's start with his early career. Let's go all the way back to his first recorded year on the Pro Cycling Stats website. And we can see his first ever race that he did was called the Trofeo Città di Lanao. Obviously, I've not said that right. I am bad at pronouncing Italian. But yeah, he finished 18th place, which is pretty good. I mean, this is out of 90 riders. This would have been, this would have been around the age of 16 for Pogacar. So that is a very good result. Let's go now to the Tour de Le Mans Juniors. And he finished 4th on the GC here. And let's remind ourselves as well, look at the names here. So Pavel Sivakov was in this race. He finished 2nd, and Stefan Bissinger. So these are professionals who have been winning on the World Tour ever since this. I'm not sure about Jaka Primozic. I don't know about him. But Pavel Sivakov, Stefan Bissinger, Tadej Pogacar in 4th. Gino Mader, rest in peace. Gino Mader sadly passed away in an accident at a race a few years ago. Paris-Roubaix Juniors, he was 30th. So the argument here, I guess, what we're making is that he was great and very, very good right from the beginning. Although he hasn't won anything just yet in terms of these results here. There are no victories recorded in the year of 2015 for Tadej Pogacar. But let's go ahead to 2016. And I think we're seeing victories now. Yeah, we are. So a little bit middle of the road results here going up here. Paris-Roubaix Juniors, 13th place. Not bad, but not Pogacar as we know him today, obviously winning. But his first victory recorded on this website is on the during the Course de la Paix Juniors National Cup race in Slovenia. He won Stage 2B. They started Stage 2 with an individual time trial. He came 68th in that. And then he won Stage 2B. This would have been the road race. Do you recognize any of these names here, guys? Well, I'm not sure myself. And it seems like that really boosted his confidence because his results ever since that day were improving. So he finished 26th on the GC in that one. But then he went to an Italian race here, 3rd in that. Let's go to something more interesting. So the National Championship Slovenia Junior Individual Time Trial, he won this. But there were only 3 riders recorded on this particular day. But he got the beating of Jaka Primozic. Okay, Giro della Lin. I can't say these names, guys. You're going to be laughing at me if you know how to say that. But yeah, Giro della Lunigina. Giro della Lunighiana. You guys ever heard of that before? Anyway, he won the GC on this one. He won Stage 3, placed 2nd and 3rd on Stage 1 and 2 as well. And this is a substantial field, including Jaka Primozic. Oh my goodness me, I'm not built for this pronunciations, but yeah, Tadej Pogacar winning this GC here at the age of like 16, 17, very, very good. So we're starting to see this is not a rider who is just built for pack fill. He's not a pack fill rider. You know, at a very young age here, he's going up against great competition and not winning in the way he does today, but obviously he's only a kid at this point, but he's showing his promise. He's starting to reveal his promise in racing as a winner of multiple races here now. So let's count. In his 2016 year, he's won about 3 things, or 4 things even. He won the points classification there as well. 2017, this is during the Froome era, right? So Froome was winning the Tour de France at this time. Maybe Pogacar was watching Froome on TV and thinking, I want to be just like that. Little does he know that he's going to be just like that, and even better, he's going to blow everyone away. But yeah, let's get into 2017 here. Pretty decent results. His first victory, though, comes in the... There's no victories in 2017, but he has come very close to winning. He's been on the podium at the Tour de Hungary. He is 5th in the GC at Tour of Slovenia. Let's go to 2018. And he wins the Grand Prix Priesin Spa National Cup. And this is against a field of 107 riders, including Fred Wright. I just noticed Fred Wright is on this list. There's probably other famous names in here as well. Ethan Hayter, these are Felix Gall, Jonas Vingegaard. Guys, he raced Jonas Vingegaard all the way back in 2018. Did you know this? That's pretty impressive. Mark Hirschi, who's become his teammate. And he had the beating of this field by 41 seconds. Now that is impressive, guys. He didn't come out of absolutely nowhere. Pogacar won races in his teens against very strong riders. Obviously not at the level of domination of today, but it doesn't have to be. He just has to show that he can win, and that is definitely something to go in this argument. So let's now think, what else could we argue? That Pogacar is completely clean. He has never failed a doping test. He hasn't, otherwise we'd know about it. Assuming, obviously, the sport isn't corrupt. Yeah, I think that's just getting into a bit too deep of a conspiracy theory. So we can say he's never failed a doping test. We can also say his bio passport is consistent. Otherwise, again, we wouldn't know about it, wouldn't we? So those are two strong arguments that don't really need elaboration, do they? Let's also remember that the types of testing that he's been through is rigorous testing. So he's been tested during the night as well, suddenly, unexpectedly. So more rigorous testing he's been subjected to, hasn't he? So that makes the argument for him being clean even stronger. And then we're getting into now the sort of things that you hear a lot on media, social media, on cycling channels to try and explain why riders have become so fast. Better equipment. We've got better nutrition, better training. What else? Starting younger. So these riders obviously starting very young, aren't they? And the way that they race, the way that they train, their nutrition, they've got the best of the best right from the beginning. So they're not starting out with kind of just, improvising all of these things, not really having a structure. They're starting with structured training at a very young age. We're talking, I don't know when Pogacar actually begun his proper structured training, but you can probably guess that it was probably around the age of 9, 10, something like that. That wouldn't be unusual to hear today. Another thing that is worth mentioning as well is no whistleblower. If there was some kind of advanced doping program going on inside his team, then eventually you would expect somebody to blow the whistle, to say something anonymously, to try and expose what's going on. Why they would do that, I don't know, but there hasn't been anything like that. There's been plenty of suspicion, but no solid evidence. There's worth that as well. No solid evidence of cheating of any kind. So let's review. So he's won races in his teens against very strong riders. So he was brilliant, quality winner, champion rider right from his teen years. He's never failed a doping test. Biopassport is consistent. He has been through more rigorous testing as a Tour de France champion. He has better equipment, better nutrition, better training, starting younger. No solid evidence of cheating at all, including no whistleblowers. What else can we put towards this? Year by year, he's got better and better and better and better and better, and he's becoming the greatest of all time now. So I would add to this a natural career progression in terms of level of races won. So he's starting out learning how to race, starting out learning how to compete against the best in Europe, and then he starts getting a grip on that in his earlier teen years, and then he starts winning smaller races, then gradually he starts winning bigger and bigger races, and gradually World Tour races, and then gradually Grand Tour stages, and then soon after that general classifications as well at Grand Tours. With everything we've seen over his past, with all the testing, these are the arguments that argue that Pogacar is clean. Now, do you agree with these arguments, or do you have something else to say? Do you have something to add to make this argument even stronger, or do you disagree? Do you think there is something untoward going on, not just with Pogacar though? I think if you were to argue that only he could be doing something, that would be unfair. I think there's other riders, other teams that would have to come into that argument as well if you were to argue against this point. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts below, and thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't.